Frankenstein's got a journal, Wolfman has a blog. Swamp Thing tweets from down in his bog. Pete and Nash read it all, and now they're trying to see what's going on with these Vampire Diaries. Hello. First of all, let's just, before the intro, the Dodgers just won the World Series, so there will be fireworks in the background of this podcast. Before the intro, are you more a fan of the Los Angeles Dodgers or the Vampire Diaries?
The Vampire Diaries?
I would say I am too, at this point.
We live in LA. It's exciting that our city won the World Series.
Mm-hmm. But after
the Lakers won as well.
Also, last year, the DC Nationals won the World Series.
Yeah, and I was way more excited about that because we're both from Maryland.
Yes.
And you actually were born in DC.
I was. Don't put my personal information out there. Just kidding.
But yeah, so fireworks are happening.
Welcome to the Dodger Cast. Grab a Dodger dog and
listen.
We're talking bats and balls. Oh, we're actually talking about
vamps and
bats. Bats that turn into guys with balls?
No.
All right. Anyway, yeah, so there's going to be some fireworks in the background. Welcome to the Vampire Diaries, the Vampire Diaries Dodger podcast. We're a guy who has only seen 20 episodes of the show, watches the series with a super fan. I'm the titular Petey. Let's just say I put the Petey in Vampire. Please call me Pete, please. Ash, call me Pete.
Peter?
Please call me Pete. And I'm here with my co-host and co-parent, Ash.
Hello.
Hey. Also, this is the Halloween episode. Spooky.
Of the podcast, not of the show.
Oh, yeah. Of the podcast, yeah. Not of the show. We would never know if it was the show. I need to billboard
up this podcast episode.
Yes. And I'm saying up front, Halloween episode, and there will be something about Halloween at the end.
Ooh, spooky.
Sort of, I guess. I have a question banked, but blood banked. But was I going to ask a different thing? Oh, maybe I was just going to ask, are you more of a fan of Vampire Diaries or Dodgers? And I already did that.
Yeah, you did.
Okay. The episode, Ash, and here comes my question. Okay. The episode, season 1, episode 20. Blood brothers. Mm-hmm. Have you ever blood brothered or blood sistered anybody?
Yes.
Oh, do tell.
I know for sure I have. I'm pretty sure I've done it with my god sister when we were little. Like, I don't know, we were probably like 6 or 7 or 8 or something. Mm-hmm. It's not a good story because I don't really remember. But I do know for sure that I've done it. I think we both had like little paper cuts and just rubbed them together, and we were like, hey, now we're blood sisters, and that was it. Yeah,
a little bloody thumb wrestling or something.
Yeah, it was not that, like, it wasn't intense by any means, but when you say it out loud, it sounds kind of gross and weird and dumb.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
But that's what dumb little kids do. For
sure. I accidentally blood brothered Joe F.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, and I also don't remember it exactly. I remember the delivery method, but I'm wondering, okay, so here's what happened, and then I'll say what I think happened.
Yeah.
So.
How old were you?
Again, I think we were too old for this. Let me just say all the details.
Okay.
He was drinking a soda, like probably a McDonald's cup soda, some kind of 7-Eleven maybe. Mm-hmm. And I feel like he had just lost a tooth, but that doesn't make sense. Maybe we were playing basketball and he got hit in the mouth. But anyway, he was sipping something, and then I sipped it after him and sucked a bunch of his blood up through the straw. So it doesn't really make sense that it would be a lost tooth. Uh-huh. Because why are we so old and he lost a tooth?
Why would you be also immediately drinking a soda out of a straw if you just lost your tooth?
Right, so it might have been we were playing basketball, or
maybe he had just flossed his teeth.
No.
He had some bloody gums.
No.
Ew, you sucked his blood up in the straw.
Yeah, and it was gross. And I was like, oh man, you just lost a tooth or got hit in the face playing basketball or whatever. And I was like, we're blood brothers. Maybe it was in Seattle and we were pretty young.
You only are halfway blood brothers, though, because he didn't suck or touch your blood.
That's true. And then I forget in the mythology if I then made him lick my blood or something like that. Because we accidentally half blood brothered.
Yeah, it's hard to remember stories like that, but you definitely are like, yes, I did this. I have no memory of like this situation, but I know it happened.
Yes. Cold open. You know, a lot of our listeners love the cold open segment.
Yes.
Cold open. Stefan is drying out still in the Vervain basement.
Yes.
The grow room.
In the dungeon.
1864. Okay. Ash, this whole episode, well, most of the episodes, Stefan's in the Vervain basement, and it's like a delivery system for flashbacks.
Yeah.
They put him on ice to kind of get some backstory.
And they do a really good job of weaving the present and the past together. They always do.
Oh, yeah. So he's thinking about 1864. Jonathan Gilbert has the pocket watch, or is it the device?
The device.
Okay, he has the device. They're muzzling vamps, which that's one of the best things of the show is that invention. This episode especially is giving me Saw vibes. Mm-hmm. I think because the Salvatore dad is in some of the Saws.
He is?
I think so. Isn't he the guy in one of the Saws, like 3 or 4, there's 2 older white men who look exactly the same. And you're like, one walks through the door and he's like, oh no, watch out. Wait, is that the guy or the other guy?
Oh, is that him? I'll have to look it up after.
Well, in one of the Saws, there's a guy with the big face and it's not him. Mm-hmm. But I think Salvatore Dad is the guy that looks like the guy with the big face.
Oh, okay. Well, so it's giving you Saw vibes and there's a dungeon situation.
Yes, and also just kind of like, not to put down either Saw or Vampire Diaries, but it looks a little cheapy. Like the camera work is a little whooshy.
Yeah, it's whooshy and like blurry and like...
There's filters.
Yeah, there's filters.
At work. And yeah.
2010 flashbacks.
Yes. I really like all the Saws, and I have a growing relationship with this show, so I don't want to disparage either of them. I'm just saying similar vibes.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I like Saw.
And the vamp muzzle is kind of like a jigsaw trap, like the reverse bear trap.
Bear trap.
Mm-hmm. The bros are watching them muzzle the vamps. They try to free Catherine, but Damon gets shot and kind of is like dying.
Yeah.
And then both bros get shot.
Yes.
Stefan is having visions from the past and present at the same time.
These are the visions he's having.
These are. And there's some good match cutting to Catherine behind the bars, and then Elena closing the bars.
Yeah.
Locking Stefan behind bars. Some good match cutting, Ash.
And match cutting of Stefan himself laying on the ground dying and then laying on the ground in the dungeon.
Yes.
Yeah. It was really good. That cold open was da bomb.
It was like a cold open of a Saw film.
They needed the shaboom.
I know.
That Saw sound. That was what it sounds like. Shaboom.
Shaboom. But also I keep saying that there's that cue in this show, that music cue that sounds like the Saw shaboom cue.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're in the main show. Damon and Elena get a little exposition, of course. Stefan, he doesn't look so sick anymore down there, Ash.
No. He is weak, though, but he doesn't look like he's all up on the blood.
No. And he's not all dry either.
No.
He's not all dried out. Mm-mm. He looks regs.
Yeah, he looks okay.
He's thinking it back to being turnt. Mm-hmm. He has the ring on. Emily gave him the ring.
So, okay, you have to be a little bit more clear when you go from your notes.
Go for it.
No, you're just saying, like, he is thinking about being turned, and then you said he has the ring on. So you have to say...
In the past?
In the past.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's cutting back and forth. So he's in the dungeon.
Mm-hmm. In the present.
In the present, thinking about the past. And in the past, it cuts to him having the ring on.
Yep, and then Emily gives it to him.
Yes.
Catherine, so Emily Bennett, the witch of the time,
Yes.
is
And
saying
Catherine's best friend also.
Catherine was compelling Stefan to drink her blood.
Yeah, remember, but she also says that Damon was not compelled to drink the blood. He was doing it willingly, which Damon has told us Catherine never compelled him.
Yes, he has said that.
He said that to Stefan, and Stefan was surprised because Stefan assumed that they were both compelled.
Yeah, he was drinking it for funsies, I said.
Well, he was drinking it to be with Catherine.
Totally.
He was trying to get her to turn him. Remember, she was teaching them like how to stop people and trick them into drinking their bloods. More fireworks.
More fireworks. Yeah, totally. Damon, which also we hear later, Damon's salt that has been brewing forever. Yeah. So Damon saw the founders and the other townsfolk put Catherine in the church and set it on fire.
Yes. After he was killed, after he was shot, but then also after he came back to life as a almost vampire.
Yeah, in transition. In this flashback, Damon is still a sad and sweet boy.
Yes.
He doesn't have 150 years of being a grumpa-lump.
Don't you still love Damon's flashback hair?
Flashback? Oh, yeah.
Looks so
great.
good on him.
Totally. In the present, Damon is looking at the invention, the device, and he's wearing a sweater.
He's wearing a sweater. Damon in a sweater.
Jeremy and Anna are at school. She goes to school now for Jeremy.
By the way, I think Jeremy is probably way taller than Damon and Stefan. But I don't know if you get to see them all standing up together, but I think he's much taller.
That would be funny to see because these 160-year-old guys and then this 15-year-old.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, guys, and like looking down on them.
I think he is.
Could be. Yeah, because we should do whatever it's called in math or like a comparison or whatever between him and Elena.
Yeah. When
Is he a head above Elena?
I think he's much taller than Elena. And Anna is much shorter than Jeremy, but Anna isn't that much shorter than Elena.
And we know that Stefan, this is a good math problem for all the students out there. Or geometry. Because we know Stefan had to crane his neck up for Elena's head to get in there.
I think that he's taller than them.
I'm sure they've never been photographed together, so this would be impossible to figure out with that.
But they shoot it so that you don't know.
No, they got apple boxes all over the place. Big heels, apple boxes, forced perspective, Ash.
Totally.
You know, in The Lord of the Rings, Gandalf wasn't really that much bigger than those little guys.
Yeah.
Nope. They're all about the same height, I would say.
Probably so.
Anna and Jeremy, now that they're at school together, are going to kiss a lot.
Yeah.
Or not, I guess.
I know. Boo. Yay, boo.
Damon brings Stefan some veggie blood, I say. But it's actually animal blood of little puppies, he said.
He was lying.
Stefan doesn't want it.
No.
He's fasting. He is.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, of sorts.
Alaric calls Damon. They're teaming up against Uncle John.
I know this was funny because they were skeptical of teaming up together. And they're like, well, why would I want to team up with you? You tried to kill me. Well, you did kill me. And they're both like, all right, let's go do it anyway.
Yeah, not to be a one-upper, but...
Yeah. It was funny.
Kill me. They both want to find Isobel. Some good little cell phone action. Oh, no.
Yes.
Some good little cell phone action. They had some little cells.
The tiniest phones.
Yeah, and Damon's like doing some voice call switching or something.
He's just putting someone on hold.
But isn't he being like, Is he doing it with his voice or is he pressing a button?
He's pressing a button.
Oh, okay. It looked like he was like,
hold on, and then and then hey.
I thought he was like, hold, like he had a
oh no,
a proto Siri back then or something.
No. He has the tiniest basic phone on Earth.
Yeah, they're doing some Zoolander cell phone work in that scene.
Seriously.
Good banter between Elena and Damon.
Mm-hmm. I know.
I have a note about something like this a little later.
I know, and I know what you're thinking of, because I saw it too.
Mm-hmm. It's a little tease for later in this episode of this podcast. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
We're going to a break. Just kidding. Uncle John is creeping. Where are we at in
Is he
this?
at the grill?
No, he's at Elena's house.
Oh, at Elena's house,
yeah.
when she's getting off the phone with Damon.
Yeah, he's creeping in his Banana Republic shirt. I recognized it.
You would know, you worked there.
Mm-hmm. Probably around here? No, not in this time.
No,
before it. Way before it.
Yeah.
Elena says, which mother? So he's like, your mother... This is how we work around here. We read the note, and then we backtrack.
Okay, go.
That's how I tell a story.
I know.
That's how I read a note.
You do tell a story that way. It can be difficult to track.
We heard the great story of the blood straw sucking earlier. We heard how well I told it. I'm a writer, not a out loud talker, okay?
Okay.
So Uncle John's like, your mother would be so proud, blah, blah, blah. I'm a jerk.
Hold on. Uncle John says to Elena,
Mm-hmm.
I know you know. And then Elena's like, what do I know? And he's all, well, it's pretty silly to be pretending like you don't know. What would your mother think if she found out that you were dating a vampire? Mm-hmm. And then Elena says...
She says, which mother? And then gives him the double middle finger suck it and just leaves.
AKA, she whooshes her hair around and walks away.
Mm-hmm. Ash,
those are equal to each other.
Let me ask you a question, and listeners, feel free to weigh in the comments. Okay. So you're like, you got to say every single thing that happens, and you got to go back and make it clear and stuff like that. I'm assuming that if you're listening to this podcast, you either know the show pretty well, or maybe you watch the episode and then listen to this. Mm-hmm. So we don't have to say every single thing. If I'm like,
of course we don't have to say
if
every
I'm
single
like
thing.
Uncle John is creeping in his Banana Republic shirt, if you're a true fan or if you just watched the episode, you're like, yes, I'm on board. Let's hear what the new information they have to say about it.
I know, but we have to say the main points.
Sure.
We gotta be clear.
We are in agreement. And everyone will know what I mean when I say this. Double shirtless flashback. Mm-hmm. And then this is where I said Stefan is in the Vervain dungeon to facilitate all these flashbacks.
Yes.
Including the double shirtless. They're by the quarry?
Mm-hmm. In a flashback, yeah.
And they're deciding whether to die or not.
They are. And Damon was like, well, I was only going to become a vampire to be with Catherine. Now she's dead. I don't want to be a vampire anymore. I'm going to die. Stefan's like, yeah, okay, I'll die too. I don't want to be a vampire either.
Yeah.
But in this double shirtless flashback, I told Pete, I got a new Halloween costume for you.
Yes, which would be pants, suspenders, no shirt. Is that what you were?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's a silly one. I also actually thought similarly, but when Stefan still had the shirt on and it was open to the midsection and had a big blood spot on it, that'd be a good specific costume.
It would make it a little spookier than just being shirtless with your pants and suspenders.
Yeah. That could be the party and then the after party.
Yeah. All right. I'm into it.
If there were Halloween parties this year.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
True.
Elena visits Stefan again. Mm-hmm. She's back and forth down there.
Up.
No, Stefan wants to die, he says.
Wasn't it sad? He had a single tear. He's like, I'm not going to eat. And he had a single tear roll down his cheek.
Yep. He's doing the most.
It was sad.
Totally. Damon isn't buying it with Stefan. He's like...
Well, he's being typical Damon.
Uh-huh. He's like, the weight of the world and like all this stuff.
Yeah, he just doesn't want to like ever show that he cares about Stefan, and then I also think he doesn't think that it's fair for Stefan to like have all these feelings, because Damon secretly is hurting the most. But he's like, well, if I can deal with it and move on with my life, blah blah blah, then you should be able to suck it up and drink this blood and whatever.
Yeah,
but they're both just sad.
They're sad, and Damon thinks that he is sadder, and Stefan is not giving him his space to be sad.
Yeah. It should be called Sad Brothers instead of Blood Brothers.
Oh. Would you watch an episode of this show called Sad Brothers?
Yes.
Would you watch a whole series called Sad Brothers?
Depends who the brothers were.
And then I said, Damon is going on a date with Alaric.
Yep. They're going on a stakeout.
Oh, I like that. Uncle John is at the grill drinking a brother's bond. Has a date with Pearl. A stakeout date. No, that was good, Ash. Gets her a brother's bond, Ash.
Yeah.
He wants the invention/device, but Pearl isn't going to give it to him. In fact, she already gave it to Damon.
I know. And Uncle John did a weird thing when he was like trying to tell Pearl that Jonathan Gilbert loved her and she was his one regret.
Oh, yeah.
And then he was like, actually, and then without her even saying anything, he was like, actually, you're so emotional. No, he regretted not killing you sooner or whatever. Like,
yeah, he was being weird.
I was like, why would he say something to make Pearl mad when he wanted something from Pearl? And at that point, he didn't even know that she had given the invention to Damon. So he like totally messed himself up.
Yeah, he's a weird creep.
He is. No one likes Uncle John.
He came in and found all the feathers and just started ruffling them.
Yeah.
Jeremy and Anna, they get to do some exposition too. Mm-hmm. But then they get to get a little steamy, Ash.
Yeah.
Shirtless Jeremy?
What'd you think about that?
Oh, it's fine. Good for him.
I know.
We like Jeremy.
We like Jeremy. It's cute. Good little kissing sesh.
Mm-hmm. Damon and Alaric roll up to this address. Mm-hmm. I like the stuff about hotels. Damon has some quick little vamp rules. We love the vamp rules. To Alaric, he's like, hotels are a gray area. We don't know.
Yeah. Gotta play it by ear.
I guess some hotel rooms, he just like walks like, boom.
Yeah. I know. And then he like very carefully like put his boot in.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I'm good. Like, he seemed actually concerned for a minute, which was kind of funny.
Yeah, he was happy he could enter the house. They do a quick search. Blood bags in the fridge. And Henry, we meet Henry.
Henry the vamp, the youngly new, the super old vamp who's new again.
Who's youngly new.
Forever
youngly new.
Out of the tomb.
Fresh out the tomb.
Yeah, he's new again.
I said that Henry looks like a MTV VJ, Ash.
Yeah, I agree.
Salvatore, okay, this is in the past. Mm-hmm. Salvatore Daddy.
Giuseppe,
I forgot that was his name. Giuseppe. And
Salvatore Daddy. Okay.
Giuseppe, Salvatore Daddy. And Jonathan Gilbert. Mm-hmm. Look, I don't want to... We probably have so many listeners that fall into this category, but Jonathans that still have the H in their name, John, well, two H's, I guess. Johnathan is how they're subtitling it. Mm-mm. Jonathans with the full John in there.
Maybe only if you're from 1864.
Okay. And then like
by 2000 you drop the first H.
It's 2020. Get rid of that first H. I don't know. We're gonna get some letters about that. Our mailbox is gonna be busting off that one. All right. Salvatore Daddy. Daddy Salvatore?
Giuseppe.
Wants his sons to look good in history. He's like, they're dead. We learn later, I shot them. Mm-hmm. He's like, but don't make them shameful cowards.
Yeah, they didn't want there to be any record saying that they were trying to free a vampire.
Yeah, and it seems like later he knew they were vamps or half vamps or something.
No, he didn't know that they were vamps at the time. He knew that they knew Catherine was a vampire and that they were trying to save Catherine.
Ah, they were vamp apologists.
Yeah, so he was like, not okay. And he shot his own kids.
It's crazy.
That's insane. But also, we find this information out because Stefan, who is transitioning to a vampire, can hear his dad. He's using his vamp hearing for the first time.
Yeah, that was a lot. Okay, so back in the present, Stefan is threatening Elena.
Oh, yeah.
Again, that's his move, is like, blah, 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 and like shove her up against the wall.
He's just trying to scare her.
I know, but he already did that a couple times. Like, get some new moves.
That's all he's got. I mean, other than killing her.
Ew.
He's going to scare her or he's going to kill her. And she's just like, no.
Yeah.
I will not leave.
I said he's being a grump. I said he's doing the treat you so bad that you'll dump me thing.
Yeah, totally.
Yells at Elena again with the blood eyes. Mm-hmm. And then, yeah, Elena says, nah, bro.
Not leaving.
Mm-hmm. All right, and then we're back with Damon and Alaric.
Yes.
We like these two together.
Yeah, good team.
They complement each other's personalities, I would say.
And Alaric is like, let's not kill anyone tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And then Damon gives his little...
Grinch smile. Mm-hmm. All right, now Henry's a buddy now. He's pouring blood,
yeah.
Right?
Well, this young Henry, I know he's not young, but he's young out the tomb.
Yeah.
And he doesn't really know what's going on. He doesn't really know that he shouldn't be talking to Alaric and Damon. And he's just like, oh, yeah, the other tomb vampires. And he's just kind of chit-chatting with them. And
yeah, he likes the modern age, Ash.
He's talking and he's talking about...
Match.com.
The microwave.
He binged Match.com. And there was so much to learn.
He's so, like, happy-go-lucky about being alive again and learning all about cell phones and whatever.
He says, I'm cool, but those tomb boys want revenge. Henry adapted very quickly. Uncle John helped him, Ash.
Yep.
Did we ever see Uncle John hanging with those bro vamps?
No.
Weird. And then Alaric kills Henry.
Yeah, well, because Henry gets suspicious when they don't answer the phone, and Alaric stakes him in the back. Oopsies, Alaric, you weren't supposed to kill anybody.
Alaric. This show, Ash, The Vampire Diaries, pretty good title, but I think it should be called The Gilbert Gurnals. I feel like I've said that before, but...
You always talk about the Gilbert Gurnals.
Uncle John has read them.
Yes, we know.
Pearl is the only... you said this earlier. Pearl is the only woman Jonathan with an H loved, but Uncle John is lying. That's not true.
Right.
But Pearl's like, anyway, I gave the device to Damon.
Yes.
Stefan confronts Daddy Salvatore. Giuseppe. He killed his sons. We'll do it again.
Yeah, this is so sad to me. And also it gets weird and disturbing.
Oh, yeah. Stefan stakes his dad and then gets H for B about his dad's blood. Ew.
It's the first time he's seen blood since he's been undead or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's not good for him. There's no way he would have been able to say no to that blood, but it's just so gross that it's his dad's blood.
Yeah, off the accidental human staking.
Yes.
Hey, staking kills humans too.
It sure does.
I feel like that should be a PSA. Staking doesn't just kill vampires.
That'd be a good vampire shirt.
For a vampire to wear?
Yeah.
Getting the word out?
Yeah. Staking kills humans too.
Because vampires are anti-stake?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then they're like...
Like, beware, no staking.
But then there are all these pro-stake nuts out there who are like, oh, I just use staking to hunt for my family, or I have a stake for self-defense. But guess what?
Staking kills humans too.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? I've heard the statistics. If you have a stake in your house, your kids actually
Are likely to stake themselves.
Yeah, more than like staking a vampire intruder.
Probably true.
Those are legitimate statistics right there.
Yeah. That scene is sad, though, to bring it back.
Yeah, so that's the blood that he drank when he transitioned to a vamp. It was his dad's blood.
I know, but I just feel bad for Stefan because he just, like, he was in love with Catherine, and then he didn't want to be a vampire, and then he found out his dad killed him, and then he accidentally killed his dad, and then he drank his own dad's blood, which made him to be a vampire, which he didn't even want to be in the first place. There's so many... like sad sequence of events.
Yeah, it's almost as if the worst things happened in a row in order to make a dramatic television show.
It worked.
And it keeps getting worse and worse towards the end of season. And then, so Elena in the present gives Stefan his walking around ring back.
Yeah, his daylight ring. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's like, well, when you're ready, here's this. And then she's just, like, trying to show him that she trusts him and she loves him. And hopefully that will, like, get him to start drinking blood again so he won't die.
Mm-hmm. Damon and Alaric, post-Henry staking, have a brew and a brother's bond.
Yep.
They are both searching for ladies. Right?
Yeah.
Damon was charmed by Isabel. He says a little too much here.
Yeah.
Like, charming, blah, 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 blah. Alaric's like, okay, dude.
Yeah, that was my wife.
Alaric says he's done. He's not.
Is that a Pete-diction?
It was in the moment.
Yeah.
Yes. Pearl back at the Vamp frat house. It's just like Pearl and Harper.
Yeah.
And I don't know, Anna, I guess.
No, Anna wasn't there yet. But
No, but like
who
living
lives
there.
there? Yeah.
Miss, what's her name? Cardamom or whatever.
Oh, I don't remember her name.
Chatsworth or something.
Oh, I really don't know.
That lady, she dead. So
Yeah.
Pearl wants to move. Let's get out of town. She's packing. Anna does not. There's too much herstory here.
Yeah.
In Mystic Falls.
Pearl doesn't trust Jonathan Gilbert. She's trying to get out of there. I mean, Uncle John.
Uncle John, whose name is Jonathan Gilbert, right?
I know, yeah. But I should have said Uncle John.
He's one of these double H Jonathans. I would put my money on.
Yeah.
Okay, Ash. Here's the moment that we foreshadowed. Elena comes back to the Salvatore mansion. Mm-hmm. Damon puts Elena's legs on his lap.
Yes.
Betrayal.
I know.
Betrayal.
It was such a subtle moment,
not to me.
But Elena sits Damon sits right next to Elena, Elena's legs are stretched out on the couch, and so Damon picks up her legs and puts them on his lap, and then gives it a little tat.
Ash, did you have this?
That's some cheating.
Yes. Well, yes. That's if there wasn't already emotional gray areas going on.
They dance together. They're talking all the time. They went on a road trip together. Now he's got her boots in his lap. You were going to say something, though.
Yes. Did you have this slang in your neck of the woods 20 or so years ago? I said, they're bunning up. Did you have bunned up, bunning up?
No.
They're getting bunned up?
Nope.
Well, this is the definition of it. They're bunning up, Ash.
Is that like snuggling up?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They're all bunned up.
What does it come from?
I don't know, maybe like a wiener and a hot dog bun?
Oh.
Hamburger in a bun?
Just like getting close?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They're bunning up. Bundling up, probably. Probably not the hot dog thing at all. Probably getting comfortable, basically.
Yeah.
Now Damon is having flashbacks.
Well, Elena starts talking to Damon about what Stefan was saying, and then Damon gets super mad because he's like, well, did you even hear the rest of the story?
Mm-hmm. And now he's kind of telling that. And in these flashbacks, Stefan seems like a bad boy.
Yep.
He's loving being a vamp. He brings a rando around Damon.
A rando girl.
Stefan is a bad guy.
He's trying to tell Damon how awesome it is to be a vampire and that he should turn.
Yeah.
And they should be blood brothers.
Blood brothers with a brothers bond. And then in the present, Elena goes again to check on him, and he's on the loose without his ring.
Stefan, yeah.
Anna whooshes into Jeremy's bed. Says goodbye to sleepy Jeremy. He's like, you only woke me up halfway. Too vulnerable.
I know. I also thought something really inappropriate when he said that.
What, he had like a half chub?
No, but like that was the other half that she needed to wake up.
Oh. Top half was awake?
Top half was awake, bottom half was not. I thought it for a second. I was like, this is inappropriate thoughts.
The actors are of age, even if the characters are not.
But yeah, so she says goodbye.
Anna, wake up the bottom half.
I know, right?
Jeremy loses the ladies in his life, Ash.
I know. It's so sad for Jeremy. He lost his mom. He lost Vicky.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's losing Anna. And also, he's not even in a good spot with Elena right now.
No, it's a bummer.
Ugh, poor Jeremy.
It's a bummer of the summer.
He didn't even get turned.
No. Probably for the best. He can still go chat with Vampire Chica 89 or whoever he was talking to in the chat room.
In the chat.
Uh-huh. Stefan is at the quarry. Yes. In the present.
In the present.
And then has a flashback. You and me for all eternity, Damon says. The Blood Bros.
Yeah. He's like, you got what you wanted.
Yeah. And Damon's like, yeah, an eternity of misery. Which, okay, so in this moment, it's going back and forth between the present and the past. Yeah. I feel like Stefan himself is, kind of freaking out a little bit.
Yeah, totally.
So I was thinking, is Damon saying an eternity of misery? Was that for real? Or was that Stefan, like, in a flashback, like a weird moment in his mind, like self-loathing?
It was real. Okay. Damon really said that. But you're right that Stefan is flashbacking because he's, like, having an emotional breakdown.
Yeah. And then Elena rolls up in real life in the present. Mm-hmm. And Stefan is all sad and vulnerable, and he blames himself for literally everything.
For everything.
For 150 years, it's all his fault.
Every death is his fault.
Elena blames herself for her parents' death.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a story we hadn't heard yet. That she was
she was at a party.
She was at a party, and her parents needed to come and pick her up. Mm-hmm. And then they died on their way home. Oof.
Yikes.
Don't want that to happen.
Just send one parent.
Maybe we should do that in the future.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Stefan wants to give into the blood every single day. Every single day. It hurts. All this stuff. Terrible life, he says. Elena gives him the choice. Let the sun rise or nah. Mm-hmm. In the immortal words of the Ty Dolla $ign song, or nah.
Yeah. Here's your ring, your choice.
Or nah.
Or nah. But I do relate to this a little bit with Stefan because I do get like a random day in the month where I'm like, everything is bad. Blah, blah, this isn't going well. Life is terrible. Everything. And then I get a little bit of time. The next day I'm like, hey, things are going great.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like a normal human response to just be like, you get stuck in a little rut.
And if you're a vampire, it's probably heightened.
Yeah.
I feel that. Ash, when Elena, what'd she do? Take the ring or she gives him the ring.
To him.
When she walked away, I felt an emotion.
You did?
For the first time watching the show. I was like, this show's giving me an emotion.
Ooh, what emotion? Did you get a little choked up?
Not quite there. Maybe a little tingle, like maybe
a little like a little pause in your breath.
Like not a full forearm of goosebumps, but maybe like one little goosebump was like, Hey. Yeah, it was. I was like, I'm invested in these friends.
Yay!
Yeah, good moment.
You're a fan.
We'll see. That's a season finale type scenario.
All right.
But yeah, only took 20 hours. I said. Well, but plus the podcast, so 40 something, 50 hours.
Yeah.
No, but I thought that was good. They had built up. They had made me care about these people.
Yeah, that's great. It was a very emotional episode, I think.
It was.
Everyone was like speaking their feelings and sharing like stuff that makes them feel regret or sadness, you know?
Yeah. Episode 20. 2 more eps of the first season.
I
Wow.
know, I can't wait.
Harper is at the house with Pearl. You know he's a good guy because he's helping them move.
Yes. And he's going to go with them.
Oh, okay. Someone mystery stakes Pearl. I already knew who it was going to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's so sad. She just opens the door and then just gets...
Yeah, what's he doing? He wasn't standing there. He had a stake gun or something?
He had a crossbow thing situation.
Ooh. Wow. Stefan returns home with Elena, kind of a little sheepishly. Mm-hmm. Damon tells him...
Elena leaves the room.
And Damon says, everything is not your fault. He's got the posture of like, get over yourself. Mm-hmm. He's like, I've got the struggles too, you know?
Yeah, he's like, can't take every single thing on. I'd make my own decisions. Chill out. It's not all about you.
Mm-hmm. And my very funny thing that I wrote was, Damon was like, which please? Because don't they mention Emily Bennett in that? Yeah.
Is this the spooky?
No.
Just the one line.
Still to come.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Which please?
Which please?
That's very good. Damon hates Stefan.
Yeah, he says, I still hate you.
Yeah.
I always have. Something crazy like that.
Because Damon said Catherine was only supposed to turn him. Damon was drinking the blood. Mm-hmm. He was waiting for the moment. And then Catherine was just compelling Stefan to drink her blood and all this.
I know, but shouldn't he be mad at Catherine?
Well, that's the thing, Ash.
It's the whole thing.
The thing is, we take out the anger on the people that we know will take it from us.
Right.
Because we're scared of taking it out on the people that actually deserve it. Because they're like, oh, they don't love us as much, so we got to take it. We got to give it to the people
that will always be by our side.
Yes.
But it's still frustrating because Stefan was compelled to drink the blood, which maybe Damon doesn't know that.
They didn't say that in that moment.
They didn't. No, Stefan didn't tell Damon that. Emily Bennett told that to Stefan. But maybe, if he knew, I wonder if it would change his mind. But Stefan was innocent. He didn't, he loved Catherine, but they obviously, I feel like they knew that they both loved Catherine and they were hooking up with her anyways. But Stefan wasn't trying to become a vampire. It just kind of happened to him.
Mm-hmm. And then he liked it.
I know, but then Damon's been mean to him for his whole vampire life. Mm-hmm. That's not nice.
No. Anna comes home.
So sad.
Harper is staked too. No, Harper.
Harper and Pearl are dead. Anna is so sad.
I was hoping Harper was going to have a moment.
Yeah.
A heroic moment, a trip to Nolans or something like that.
I know. We liked Harper.
Yeah. Uncle John. It was Uncle John.
I know.
I said, what a dirk.
I know.
A dick jerk. A jerk and a dick.
We can say dick on here?
You can say whatever we want.
Okay. Beep, beep.
I was just going to say fart.
Oh, man. I just had said so many expletives I got beeped.
You did. I had to edit that for so long. And then the last scene of the
but then, no, Uncle John calls Sheriff Forbes.
Oh, yeah.
So there's going to be something like that next episode.
Mm-hmm. He's in the pocket of the founders.
Mm-hmm. But he's got some, motive here.
Yeah, we don't...
He knows the tomb vamps. He killed Pearl and Harper. He wants this thing, but then he's telling Sheriff Forbes. He's got some sort of kooky plan.
Don't like it. He's just looking for more feathers.
Yes.
Last scene, Alaric having a brother's bond by himself. He's like, no, earlier Damon was having a brother's bond and I want one. So he went to the grill. Isabel rolls up.
Yeah, first time we see Isabel.
Fade.
And not in a flashback.
Fade out.
Yeah. Were you surprised?
Who's to say?
You.
No, they have to pull out all the stops. Ash, 2 more eps in the season.
I know.
Wow. Ash, when you're on a PD pod, there's a game.
Yay.
Sometimes. About half the time.
Oh, yeah, that's
and
good.
It's Halloween.
Ooh.
Yeah. Creak. Slam.
Boo.
Boo. Okay. If the following characters were a Halloween candy that you found at the bottom of your bag, what candy would they be?
Okay.
Stefan.
I think he would be an Almond Joy.
And why would that be?
Because he's at least right now, he's dark on the outside.
Oh.
Because he's brooding, but inside, he's white and pure.
And then you always have to deal with that big old nut.
I didn't have anything to say about the almond part, just the coconut and the chocolate.
I would say that the nut that you have to deal with is his existential loathing,
Yes.
right? That's the nut.
Yep.
That's the big old nut.
Yep.
All right. Damon.
Oh. Damon is a Sour Patch.
Ooh. That's great because I was thinking
First
like
you're sour, then you're sweet.
I know. I was thinking like some kind of dark chocolate kind of thing. But because dark, bitter, stuff like that. But the sweet and the sour than the sweet. Is he sweet?
Did you see him on his feet in his lap?
But is that sweet or is that... I mean, I know it's sweet in that he's having feelings. But who is that sweet to?
Also, Elena's feelings got hurt in this episode when he was like, I don't have friends. And then she was like, okay. Like, who am I? Am I not your friend?
Oh, she thought she was his friend?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so dumb of her.
The subtext was, I thought you were my friend, but she was just like, oh.
That's very funny. I missed that moment. I was typing, I think. And
maybe you're just not perceptive enough.
I am very unself-aware, very not perceptive, and just like cues, I don't read them.
Who's next?
Elena.
Okay, maybe like a sweet tart.
Wow. In 2020.
What? She's just like super sweet. Because she's always trying to like help everyone and she cares about everybody.
But tart also?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, there's no judgment in a PD pod. Game time. All right. Uncle John.
Ugh. What's something black licorice?
That's what I had thought.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't even have to think long for that one. I was like, what's going to make me barf? Black licorice.
Yes.
Ew, good job.
And then, Ash, this is a little bit of a wild card. Jeremy.
Okay, Jeremy. A baby Ruth.
Ooh, do tell.
Because he's innocent, like a baby. Because he's young. He's 15.
But like Babe Ruth,
but it still tastes good.
And he swings a big old bat.
No, I wasn't saying Babe Ruth. I'm saying Baby Ruth.
Yeah, those aren't related at all.
I know, but I'm not
Okay.
saying the baseball.
He what? He's a baby, but he's sweet.
Yeah.
For some reason, Jeremy, what came into my mind, I'm probably not pronouncing this correct, but a Getz caramel. You know, it's got a little white spot and then
It's like the cowtails, but in what, caramel?
yes, and it's like about quarter size. Ooh wee!
Is it because you get that delicious surprise?
I think I'm just super excited about that candy, and I'm like, how can I talk about it? So good.
It is,
and it's like,
good.
Yeah, Jeremy.
I do really like those candies, and I don't know if I like them better than the cowtails, or I like the cowtails better.
Ooh, cowtails versus the Getz caramels.
They're both very good.
So good. All right. Anyone else you want to cover? Maybe throw someone at me, and I'll do a little candy action.
That's what I was just about to do. I'm going to pick someone that you haven't pre-thought of yet. Let's do your favorite Matt.
Okay. Interesting. You know what? When you said Matt, I thought of Caroline. Mm-hmm. And I think Caroline's...
I didn't say Caroline yet.
a lemon head.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yummy. I love lemon heads.
You do.
Yeah.
And she's blonde, but you didn't say Matt.
Oh, Matt. What's he... He's at the bar.
Ooh.
Oh, what were you going to say?
I got one for Ty. For Tyler.
Oh, my buddy Ty. Okay, for Matt, I would say either... What are they called? Like bottle caps? They taste
really
like
chalky.
soda. They taste like soda flavors.
Mm-hmm.
Or there are like root beer barrels.
Mm-hmm.
So, Matt, you're a friggin' root beer barrel.
Those are not good.
Exactly. Matt, we don't trust you still. Well, where were you this episode?
I think...
Working.
I think that he would have a different candy.
Okay, tell me. By the way, this is all Halloween themed.
I can't think of it right now, but I'm thinking of Tyler. He would be a Red Hot.
Ooh.
Those Red Hots you get for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
But you could also get them for Halloween. But for some reason, they only are made in February. Mm-hmm. But those chewy Red Hots.
They light up my sinuses, yet I cannot stop chewing. Yeah. My buddy Ty.
That's because his temper is red hot.
In fuego.
Yeah. How about Alaric? He was in this ep.
Alaric would be... Oh. You know those... All right. They're just called like bottles of wax.
Oh, yeah.
And they're truly a piece of wax like a candle. Mm-hmm. And they have... Some good little sweet liquid inside, but mainly you're just chewing on some wax for some reason.
And you have to bite the wax to get the liquid?
Very weird, but also...
But why is that Alaric?
Because so weird, but also I like it. I do like those things. Ew. I bought those. I would buy them. Yeah.
Gross.
I like those.
Okay, I want to figure out who would be a Twix, because it has a 2 for me... None for you. Who would that be?
Catherine.
Oh, perfect.
Stop the game right now.
Agreed.
Okay.
Agreed.
How many fangs? 2 fangs.
2 fangs.
All right. Pete-dictions. Stefan will be a villain for a while in season 2. Again, done with the Pete-dictions.
Oh, okay.
Ash. This is the spooky Halloween episode.
Yes, it is.
The only thing we need to mention now is my Indiegogo crowdfunding campaign. It ends on Halloween. I talked about it last week. I did a whole thing about it 2 weeks ago. I have a horror anthology short story book in pre-order right now.
You gotta get it.
There are 13 spooky writers that came together. Me included. We did some short stories. There's one spooky poem. And we made a book. It's in pre-order. Indiegogo campaign. We are at like 75% funded.
That's amazing. But we need that 25%.
We do. And it's Thursday today. It's Bloodthirsty Thursday. The campaign only lasts until Halloween, midnight Halloween.
That's 2 more days.
And I'm not sure if it's midnight Halloween, East Coast or Pacific.
So you better get it in by 9.
During the daytime on Halloween is the last you can do. So anyway, I have more copy to read about it.
Spooky copy.
I have a story in there, a short story called Do Zombies Eat Mozzarella Sticks? It's about...
By the way, every time that you say the title of that, I really want to eat mozzarella sticks.
So good.
So good.
Ash, in order to pre-order this incredible book, go here. HTTPS. She always stops me when I do this. Colon.
You were going to say what it was about, and then you did it.
Oh, I didn't? It's a zombie... It's a zombie attack at a community pool. We haven't seen that yet, Ash.
No.
And my story is scary, spooky, fun.
I love it.
We have some very scaries in there. We have some lighter moments in there.
And if you're a fan of the Happenstances series, there might be a character or two you know.
Whoa. I mean, most of our listeners are fans of the thing, so.
Well, then they definitely need to check it out.
In order to support this pre-order, get a pre-order. Hey, there's other fun perks there as well. There's 13 different authors. You can buy their previously published works. And there's one more original short story you can get as of now.
I've had an original short story written about me before in a previous Indiegogo that you did.
Yes.
And I loved it. It was so fun. I recommend getting that perk, especially if you like the spookies. Yeah,
that's a fun perk. There's all kinds of stuff like that. And here's where you go. HTTP. Okay. All right, not doing that. But actually, to get all the info, go to at High Dive Publishing or at Peter L. Harmon on Instagram. The link is in the bio. Check it out. Halloween. Happy Halloween, guys. Be safe. Be merry.
Go Dodgers.